So I just woke up and actually last night was pretty weird. I actually had like a nightmare last night, like a really bad dream. And when I woke up, it was like tears and everything. It was a really bad dream. I'm gonna spare you the details, simply also because I'm thinking about transforming that dream into like a short story. Which I don't write very many short stories, but if I have an idea that's a little bit longer or a lot longer than like a poetry idea, like a poem idea, then I'm just gonna transform it into a short story instead. Which for me, my favorite thing to write as far as short stories is concerned is like horror, like scary short stories. But I happened to notice though, when I woke up, I realized that like what we conjure up in our brains is a lot scarier than reality, and that was like a mind trip, that's for sure. Just thinking about what you conjure up in your head, and that's honestly why I like horror movies, because like when I watch horror movies, I'm thinking of like the scariest things, and if that movie exceeds that expectation, that's when I applaud that movie. But there's other horror movies out there that don't exceed that expectation, but I have that high expectation for them. So then I'll want to like recreate it in my head, and it gets really scary. So it's pretty interesting how that works. But yeah, I just thought I'd share that. That nightmares aren't fun, but you can use it as inspiration if you need to. All right, with that, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and bounce. I'm gonna go stretch because my body is sore as all get out because I worked out all last week. So I will see you later. All right, bye. Hey guys, so I just finished stretching, and I got this lovely right here in the mail last week, so I was so excited to use it today. And oh my god, this bad boy right here, let me give you a full view. This thing right here works magic. It does wonders. It's a foam roller, and I recommend every person of every age to have one of these because it gets all the kinks out of your body that you didn't even know you had. All of it. And oh my god, this thing right here is a game changer. Huge game changer. I first started using a foam roller in Planet Fitness, and it worked wonders. It hurts so good, and now that like I'm not going to Planet Fitness or really any public gym for a while, definitely I had to purchase one of these in Amazon. I think it was about like between 25 to 30 bucks, something like that. But oh my god, this thing works wonders. You gotta try it. You gotta try it. I feel immensely relaxed after that. Like immediately after using it, my legs felt so much better, because I really mainly use my legs a whole lot during any workout that I've been doing lately. So highly recommend using a foam roller to get all the kinks out for sure. Well, with that, I am going to bounce, and I will see you later. All right, bye. Hey guys, so you know those whirly things at the mall where you like put a penny in and it's like for a donation to like save children from hunger and all that stuff? Well, because I've been thinking about it, I miss going to the malls and I can't go to them right now. And so I was sitting there thinking about those vortex swirly thingies at the mall, and don't you know I'm like crazy for that ish? Like I'm crazy for that ish. So I guarantee you I'm like the fastest person, faster than any kid can be, to pull up a penny at any given moment and drop one of those pennies in those little vortex thingy-mabobs, right? And like I love that. I live for that stuff. It's funny. I'm always having like some coin in my wallet. I always carry coins because you never know when you're gonna need it. It's specifically for this reason only, right? And like I love just dropping that penny in, or sometimes even a quarter, and just like watch it go round and round and round that like black vortex thing, all the way towards when it gets to like the middle, and then it spins faster. And it's like I live for that. Like maybe that's just me as a 27-year-old, but I live for that, okay? So I hope the malls never stop having those things, and I hope other like stations and places or whatever has those, because I live for it. So that's my little tidbit for today. All right, I'll see you later. All right, bye. Hey guys, okay, so I have just finished reading my thriller anthology. It took me about a month and maybe a month and 2 weeks to finish reading this. This bad boy is like what? With the author biographies at the end, it's 664 pages. So I had just finished it just now. It would have taken me a lot shorter of time, maybe half that time, but if I was reading every single day. But I wasn't. I was doing other things in between that time frame. So I did finish this book, this anthology of thriller stories. Overall, it's really not bad. It's really good, very, very entertaining. There were just a notable few. If you have a chance to look these short stories up, I highly recommend because they were superb out of all of the short stories. So my favorite short stories was Epitaph by J.A. Conrath, Empathy by James Siegel, Disfigured by Michael Palmer and Daniel Palmer, The Portal by John Lescaroart and M.J. Rose, Dirty Weather by Greg Hurwitz, The Other Side of the Mirror by Eric von Lustbader, Goodnight, Sweet Mother by Alex Kava, Kill Zone by Robert Leparulo, The Devil's Due by Steve Barry, and Gone Fishing by Douglas Preston and Lincoln Child. And overall, if you were to ask me what was my absolute favorite short story from this whole thing, was definitely The Portal by John Lescaroart and M.J. Rose. The Portal still stuck with me. I read that like probably in the middle of April, and I never forgot that short story. It's still stuck in my head, and that's like short stories I live for, where I'm reading it and like weeks down the line, months down the line, I'm still thinking about that short story. So way to go to these authors. Highly recommend reading that. It was very entertaining. Some of them were absolutely intense, like heart-racing intense. So it was pretty cool. Well, guys, I'm going to go eat some lunch, and I will catch up with you later. All right, bye. Okay, so I went on ahead and took photography for the beginning of 2019. So here's some photos here that I had produced and taken in photography class, and it was a lot of fun. I really adored playing with like lightness versus darkness. I love that. So these are pictures I had personally taken and had developed in the dark room, which that was a fun experience. I mean, it was an experience. It was like, it was crazy because I had to learn how to put the camera in the camera roll, the film, inside of the actual like what do you call it, the spool thing in the dark. That takes some mad props, some mad skills. Oh, I like this one. This was like in front of ASU, the school that I graduated from. And right here, oh, I love this one. This one I really played with the shadows. And this is actually in front of a library, believe it or not. And I just fell in love with those shadows right there, and I was like, okay, I'm taking a photo of that. And here's another one, like playing with form and different angles that I could play with each photo that I took. And right here, once again, I just really fell in love with the lightness versus darkness to any photo that I made. So that was pretty cool. I have some more photos that I have taken, but I'll show those another time. But I thought I'd just share that with you, and I will see you later. All right, bye. Hey guys, so I kind of want to spill some tea a little bit. So today I had just finished one book and I'm starting on another one, but as I was reading this other new book, I realized that I am kind of in the mood to buy another book along the process, because I miss going to bookstores and stuff. So I went on my Amazon wish list, and I have on my wish list Keanu Reeves, like 2 books that he has, and it's already on my wish list. So I went on there, and don't you know those 2 books are like running at $1,000 now? Like $1,000. I'm not even kidding you. I wouldn't have even had it on my wish list had it been like remotely $100+. But for some reason, his 2 books, both of them, are running at like $1,000 a pop. And I'm like, from these other sellers, and I'm just like, oh my god, that's like so like creepy and weird. Like if my book was out there on Amazon and people are like trying to sell it for like $1,000+ bucks, like that would just like freak me out. It would just totally freak me out. So it's just, that's unfortunate I can't buy his book right now, but like it's crazy that that's what's going on Amazon. It's literally $1,000+ dollars, and I'm like, I'm not buying this. I'm not buying anything for $1,000+ dollars. Like, I ain't got that kind of quiche, nor do I want to spend that much money on that. But needless to say, that's some tea I have for you tonight. I'm gonna go on ahead and eat my blueberries, and I'm gonna just rest for the rest of the night. I will see you tomorrow morning. Bye. Good morning, guys. So I know yesterday I had talked about like the brain, but I feel like talking about it again this morning because last night I had a dream where, you know, it was this certain school I went to, and it was really weird because it was a culmination of my elementary school, the high school I was supposed to go to, and then and just a hint of ASU as well. And what's really weird is that the school building that I have like created in my brain is the same school building I've been dreaming about for, I would almost say, years. And it's weird because it's like in my dream I actually like went and seeked out these like little hiding spots that I knew where they were. Now most people say that they can control their dreams like Robert can, but I can't. So it's really interesting to me that my brain seemed to have made up this school building, and I seemed to know my way around, and I went to these specific hiding spots that like I knew were there. Like I actually knew that they were there. Like I was in control of the dream, which means that like I knew exactly where I was at. Now I get it, a lot of my life has to deal with school. You know, I grew up with school. I'm going to graduate school pretty soon. And I'm going to be a teacher in August, so I get school means a lot to me, but I think that's really weird that like my brain seemed to have cultivated this actual school building that doesn't even exist. For some reason my brain has made it up, but I know like secret hiding spots of that exact school building. I think that's pretty interesting, and I thought I'd like to share that with you. When I woke up from that dream, I was awake for a little bit because it was pretty crazy. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and work out, and I'll see you later. All right, bye. Hey guys, okay, so I'm gonna show you some more photos that I had taken whilst getting my bachelor's degree. Once again, the main theme here is the difference between lightness and darkness, finding the balance between the two. This is one of my favorites right here, and I love this one because you can see down the lane and it just makes the photo a lot more symmetrical. That's pretty cool. And then I love this one because it's like very nostalgic, like old-timey. That was actually like a movie theater once upon a time, so that was pretty cool. But yeah, I like to play with the difference between lightness and darkness. Oh, I loved this one. Whoever painted this, it was just wonderful. Very beautiful. Had to take a photo of that. Oh yeah, and when I did these photos, when I took these photos, I was obsessed with taking photos of churches and like any type of religious institution because they're just so gorgeous. Extremely gorgeous. And this is actually an abandoned mall. I like taking photos of abandoned places because it's like haunting, but yet beautiful at the same time. But yeah, look at the difference between the lightness and the darkness. Some of these are a little too dark, but I personally like it. It's like a personal style, my own personal style. And that's all of my photos that I had taken. I'd taken some other ones, but they didn't look as great. So these were at least half decent to show. But it was a lot of fun doing that class, taking a risk at it, because it was fun, and I've never done it before, but that was really cool. Well guys, I'm going to go on ahead and take a break and get cleaned up, and I'll see you later. All right, bye.